Alright, so I see the lady, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish I get a chance to talk to her. I was just saying it to myself though, just like as a cocky joke, like, oh yeah, man, I want a chance to talk to her, man. If I get a chance to talk to her, I'm going. And so I walk in, I clock out, and I walk out with my book bag, and the three managers are all sitting right next to each other, and the lady is sitting 2 tables down, and like 2 tables to my left, and the manager started hassling me about my book bag, and the first manager, Sandy, was all like, "Oh, I still don't get that book bag, like I still don't get it, like I still don't get it, right?" And Miss Quita is the GM, you know, they're just all messing with me. Then this lady, she's like a white lady or something, but she was really pretty. She just came out of nowhere. Like she was sitting there quiet. She was like black hair and she had this like red furry coat on. It was really cool. And she just started talking. She cut in on him. She was like, "You don't have to explain anything." I was like, "I get it." She was like, "You don't have to explain anything to them, you know." And then from now on, you just tell people whenever they ask you something, you just tell them, no explanation, you know, needed. You know what I'm saying? No explanation necessary. She was like, because I always felt like I had to explain myself to other people until I was 26. Then I realized there was no explanation necessary. And I just started telling people that. And she told me I needed to start saying that. And that was 213. And I couldn't really realize why exactly she was sent to tell me something like that. But I always knew it was very important. And what I noticed about this lady is that her eyes were fucking glowing. Her eyes were they were fucking glowing, bro. Her eyes were glowing, dog. Like, I seen her there, like, glowing gold. And when I told her that she had the most unique eyes I had ever seen, she brushed it off and just said, "Oh, I get them from my father." And I was like, oh, shit. That is something a fucking alien would say, bro. I was like, oh, no. That's crazy. So I get it from my father, and then she just brushed it off, and I just like, why you just brush off a compliment like that? Like I was like, nah, she was like really trying not to, you know, add anything extra to my observation. But that jump was crazy, bro. So she had golden eyes, bro. I just remember like I don't know if her whole eyes were golden. It wasn't like that, but there was this golden tint to it. It was something golden in her eyes, but I saw a golden tint, golden flare, golden ring. Something golden was in her eyes. And it could either be an alien or maybe she could have been in like her golden birthday. But she said she sold hotels. And that is so weird because I'm actually about to sign up for a travel agency right now. So, like tomorrow. So that is so crazy. But yeah, man, life is so crazy. But so that's what she taught me, and like now I feel like I'm really getting to that point where I'm just like, no explanation necessary, and that's how you need to feel. Don't attach yourself to your emotion. Don't attach yourself to how you feel. If you feel sad at the moment, it is okay to feel sad. And Quinita taught me that. You know, Quinita told me that. Feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel sad, then just feel sad. Just enjoy feeling however you feel. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to maintain it. You don't have to keep it up, but you don't have to resist it either. You know, first off, when it comes to emotion, all right, I'm gonna teach you how to calculate emotion and really how emotion is really a tool. Here's how it goes. Okay, first off, the most important thing about emotion is it is a tool. You must realize that. If you do not realize that your emotion is a tool, then your emotion will manipulate you. It's one or the other. You control your emotion or your emotion controls you. One or the other. That's the first rule about emotion. It is either to be controlled or you are under its control. So, number two about emotion is that you you have to remember what you want at all times. Like you have to remember what you want to achieve. You have to remember what you want to feel. And if you always remember what you want to achieve and what you want to feel, how you want to feel, then it's easy for you to maintain that feeling. You know, it's easy for you to maintain that feeling. But if you don't know how you want to feel, then things can happen that would just like distract you. Like totally take you out of it. You know, so that's the second part. How do you want to feel, right? How do you want to feel? Like exactly, like as detailed as possible. How do you want to feel? And it's like they go hand in hand. How do you want to feel, and what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Because when you get what you want, you're gonna feel how you want to feel. But then it's like they go hand in hand. You ask yourself, what do you want? And you ask yourself, how do you want to feel? Because, oh my gosh, it's not as complicated as it sounds. They're like twins. They go hand in hand. What do you want, and how do you want to feel? Like you put both of those together. You have to keep those together. So you do that real quick. You answer one. Pick one. It could be what do you want, or how do you want to feel. You can answer one or the other. Answer both. But just pick one first. So, what do you want? Let's say, okay, what do you want? For me, I'll answer. What do I want? Man, I want my own girlfriend. Okay, how do I want to feel when I get this girlfriend? Like, how am I going to feel? Like, what is this girlfriend gonna make me feel like? Man, when I meet this girl, she gonna make me feel just flustered. Like, when I meet this girl, she gonna show me so much attention that I'm just gonna show her the same amount of attention. And then we just gonna be two attractive personalities showing each other mutual romantic attention and appreciation. And it's just gonna be wonderful. And we're going to establish a connection that is unlike anything I've ever had before. And when I look at her, I'm gonna feel like I'm touching her. And when I'm touching her, I'm gonna feel numb almost. You know, something like that. Like you just like you purposely manipulate your emotion. You know what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, your ego would definitely manipulate you. Every chance the ego gets, he will manipulate you. The ego has no morals. The ego cares about nothing but itself. The ego will kill anybody for its survival. The ego will justify murder. Straight up. The ego does not abide by the rules of the jungle, the laws of the jungle law. You know what I'm talking about? The jungle law. The ego knows nothing about the jungle law. And so it's like you must always remember that your emotion is your tool. Always remember that. Never let your emotion get the best of you. Like never let the emotion just, ruin it for you, man. Like just take that emotion, do something with it. Don't let it get you. Don't let the emotion get you. So since I used the romantic segment of life in that example, I guess that would be my segue, because I did want to segue to a more romantic tone real quick. So, like I said, getting to the nitty gritty. So, okay, I got a minute left. What am I going to talk about for a minute? And we're going to keep it up with emotion real quick. We're going to wrap this up. Okay, we got some exercises out there real quick for use it for the next minute. Okay, we got one called Wouldn't It Be Nice If? It's like this. You say, wouldn't it be nice if? And then you add something that you want. And then when you say that, it forces you to feel the feeling of what you want without feeling the lack. Because when it comes to emotion, you have two sides of each fence. It's two sides of a fence. It's the abundance of what you want, and it's the lack of it. It's like, okay, money. I have enough money. Then it's like, I don't have enough money. What side of the fence are you on? And it's really simple. All you gotta do is jump the fence. Okay, so wouldn't it be nice if? It's like this. Wouldn't it be nice if every time I check my mail, it was a check? The answer is yes, and that yes is gonna give you an honest emotion, because that yes is an honest yes, and it doesn't bring any lack. That's what you have to understand. You don't use words, and you don't talk about things that produce a feeling of lack. If somebody asks you for something and you don't have enough, and you say you don't have enough, you're probably going to feel like you don't have enough, and that results in you never having enough.